the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And to give this time to the tailback. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On third down, Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. KJ Hamler. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
Herbert on first down now. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Sisco. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Wilson going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. John Ross, 78 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That man right there, John Ross, remember, he ran the fastest combine 40 in history, 4.22 seconds, and he showed off that speed right there. Wow.
They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
Forced out to his left. And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they try the right side here. Pushes him over. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the gun, he'll hand this off. J.C. Horn, the first defender taken back in April, there on the stop defensively.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They go play action now. Wilson steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass, eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Justin Herbert. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. They'll try and throw for it. Flush to his right. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge win for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Fights off the defender. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. Now Wilson. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Herbert buying time to his left. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. Touchdown, Texans. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Flushed out right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And that is incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They turn to Taylor on fourth. Doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now Wilson on first down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Wilson. He's got his tight end Fant. Now the Seahawks call the second of their three timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going right back to Fant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, it's Herbert, eluding the pressure right. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From his own end zone, Herbert flush to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st and 10, Herbert dancing to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. The final shot before the break for Herbert, being chased out left. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
For Justin Herbert, we saw the big arm in his days at Oregon, of course. Saw it even more in his rookie season with the Chargers. And if anything, it appears to just continue to get stronger.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go play action with Wilson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you were... yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. From the 22, Wilson, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. This is the tight end Fant. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And now here's a carry heading left. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On third down, Wilson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll try and run for it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. An incredible play there on fourth down in their own territory. That's sort of a prime example, is it not, of selling out defensively on fourth and short?
It certainly is, because what you're doing defensively is saying you're going to stop them right there at the line of scrimmage or make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Instead, they get just enough of a hole chopped, and you're thin on the second and third levels. Then you become a chaser instead of a tackler.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Wilson going to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time,
tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd and 9. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 145 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 6 yards left on second down. And now here's a carry heading left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Taylor. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. A huge play there for Houston. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Forced out to his... And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz there to make the grab. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now they try the right side here. Powers by at the 40. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing is Wilson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety.
They've got his man complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.